Hello, I am Pam, and this is my channel, Made by Pam. Today is actually Saturday. Yeah, July 1st. Where did June go? So, this is my hashtag Friday Sews, but it's actually Saturday. I just couldn't get around to doing my video yesterday. Yeah, crazy day. So, what did I sew this week? Well, I did sew another Simplicity 8855. I used a red, trying to see if I had a piece I could just show you off the bat, but I don't have one sitting here. But I do have a picture because I do not have the item with me because I have already given it to my niece. So here is the item. It's a pair of knit overalls. And here is another picture. This is a back view. And then that is a front view. And they look absolutely beautiful on her. Look how gorgeous she is. And look how well they fit. It's just so exciting. So, that's what I sewed this week. Did I sew anything else? No. Nothing else. So I started that Sunday night. Well, Sunday. I cut out the fabric. I serged the edges. And then I think it was Monday I worked on it, and then I finished it on Tuesday. Yeah. So I finished it while I was on a live with Kellyanne Rawson. So she is a friend of mine, and she had invited me to join her on her video on Tuesday. And so I joined her and I finished sewing up that pair of overalls. And then on Wednesday, I took it to her. So, what did I do Wednesday? Well, I took my kids to the park for the lunch in the park that we do. And because the school district provides summer lunches. And so we go to the park so my kids can get lunch. And then I was getting text messages, which I didn't realize because I accidentally turned off my notifications somehow. But I got it fixed. I figured it out. But my sister calls me. She's like, "Have you been reading these messages?" I'm like, "What messages?" She's like, "Well, there's like 15 of them." I'm like, "No, it's not showing up on my phone." And so I actually pulled up the messaging app, and there it was. So my sisters, two of them, it was my other sister that called me, my older one, and then it was two of my younger sisters. And they're like, "Hey, we are going to Wendover." And Wendover is a city on the border of Nevada and Utah. And they're like, "We are going to Wendover for a day trip. Just spur of the moment type thing. And we want you to come with us." Well, my sister wasn't able to go. But my daughter offered to help watch the littles. And so I was able to go enjoy a day out with my sisters and my mom, because my mom also went, which was absolutely fabulous. I had a really good time. Really grateful for the fun. Have to do it again sometime. And so we spent a little bit longer there than we were originally going to, like a couple extra hours. We were supposed to be heading home around 9 p.m. Yeah, we didn't head home around till like 1 a.m. So just a couple extra hours. Did I come back with any extra money? No, I actually lost some money. But heck, I had a really good time playing. You know, if I had stopped playing when I was ahead, it would have been great. But I didn't, and I kept playing, and I lost it all. But it's all good. Okay, so that's what I did Wednesday. Thursday, I took my daughter to a job interview. And I went shopping at the grocery store. Well, went shopping at Sam's Club because we needed dog food and stuff. And then on Friday, my daughter had a second interview with the place. And she got the job. Yay! So she's going to be an IHOP server. And then let's see. So Friday, she had her second interview. So Thursday, I went to Joann's Fabrics because they were going to be doing a pattern sale. And I'm looking around. If you're wondering why I'm looking around, it's because I'm looking for my patterns that I just picked up. Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to pause it. Okay. I found my patterns. I put them away. Go figure. So, for a couple months, whenever Joann's has their pattern sale, at my local, like Riverdale, it was right by where I was, I stopped in to see if I could find this pattern. Yes, I have this pattern, okay? But this is the 14 to 22. So it is pattern, it goes up to a size 37 waist is a 22. I know. And 46 hips. So that's really not as big as it could be, per se. But, you know, like finished measurements on hips for a 22 is 48 inches. Well, but when I had this pattern before, I just cut straight out of the tissue paper, the size 14. Then realized that that wasn't the best option, that I should have kept the should have traced it out. Yeah. But so how did I find this pattern? Okay, so Thursday I looked, they didn't have it. I'd also looked for this pattern in the box. They did not have it. I think I looked for this one in the box and they didn't have it either. And I was like, what the heck? They don't have the patterns that I'm looking for. So Friday, I took my daughter to her second interview and she got the job. And then we went, I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go to the other Joann's to see if they have it. So we went to the other Joann's And I knew exactly which pattern I was looking for this because I have the number memorized, 8855. And so I went in and opened up the Simplicity drawer, and they had the pattern. They had several, and they had both sizes. What they should do is actually make a children's pattern like this, like exactly like this, but children's knit overalls. Yeah, they should. Then I don't have to mesh patterns together. I could just use this. Hint, hint. All right, so I decided, well, since I had what I was looking for, let's look in the book and see if I can find the other patterns I was looking for, if they can jog my memory, and then look and see if it's in there. So I'm looking through the book, and this pattern pulls up, and I'm like, oh, well, I gotta go look for that one too. So I decided to get this one. It's just a vintage one from years and years ago. But I thought that one might be fun. And then I pulled up this one. I should have told you the pattern number. This one is 9792. This pattern is 9590, Simplicity. And it's an overalls pattern. And then my daughter calls me. I'm like, there's another pattern that I remember seeing in the book that I'm looking for. So I need to find that, and then I will be out. And so I went back out to her after I found the patterns. So I look in the book, and I'm skimming through, and this one pulls up in the book. I'm like, oh yes, that's the one I wanted, because they didn't have it at the other Joann's. Because my daughter is pregnant, and she might plan on nursing. And, well, she's going to try. And this is a nursing top. This is 9556 Simplicity. It's a nursing top. And I figure she might like, something like that. I have made a pattern like this before, but it was a pattern that it wasn't a nursing top pattern. It was a pattern, it was a shirt that I altered and made it a nursing shirt. So it's really similar to what this is, because I think how they do it is it's just slit down the front. So it's like 2 layers. So they have the slit down the front, and they have that, and then the thing that covers it. And I've done a pattern like that, well, a altered pattern that I made up. And now they actually have it in a pattern. So, way to go, Simplicity. So, with those knit overalls also, they should also go up a size, like from not only up to like a finished size of 48, but they need to go up to a finished size of like 54. Or even a 58. They need to go big. I'm telling you. Simplicity, you're failing us here. Because the patterns I have made, they do not go up to the size 22. The patterns that I have made, they go beyond the 22 because I have taken the patterns and I have meshed patterns together, or more so taken like other patterns and altered them to work for what I want. And they actually do work out pretty well, because Kellyanne and Dawn can attest to that, because they have both received Pameralls from me that I made, knit overalls, and I have made them specifically for them based off their measurements. So yes, and I'm realizing that this the straps on these are just a little bit too tight, and I didn't make them long enough. So I'm contemplating taking some other denim or whatever and extending the strap some. I don't know if I would extend it here, if I would take it from the back and extend it. I don't know. Taking it from the back would be kind of hard. And doing it from this, it may be a little bit easier, just to kind of do a little thing and just slip it on and stitch it up, and then I'd have an extension. Either way, I don't know. I could do an extension up here too. That would be fine also. I just need like another inch at least on these. At least another inch, and I don't have that with the way I did these. Yeah, I usually lengthen the straps, and I did not on this pair, and I'm kind of feeling a little like tight. All right, well, that is about all. I have gone thrifting. I love thrifting, I tell you. So yesterday, well, I had to take my daughter to the doctor. And then yesterday, we were heading home. And we decided to stop by one of the thrift stores. And of course, we found some bells. And so I got her some bells. And then I found some books and some thread. And I found a case full of CDs, like DVDs and a couple CDs. And it was full. Took it up there, and with my 4 books, so I have 4 books, and that CD case was like, kind of like number 6. He only charged me $1 for that CD case full of CDs. I would have been willing to pay $20 for it, just because of the pure amount of CDs in that case. But I wasn't going to argue with them. And then I also bought some metallic thread, because that was also on one of the shelves. And it's like pretty much almost brand new. Well, I know they're not brand new. They've been there for a while. But this spools are full. They're metallic thread. I don't know the exact color on these because it's not going to say. But so I have that. And so we have like a red. This one's like a gold. And this one is this one has like blue and purple in it. Like a blue and red purple. But yeah, 3 different metallic threads. And for these 3, it was like $1. So it was pretty good. So I bought a book. I don't know if I've read this book. Now, I have like so many of Jude Devereaux's books that I have read. I haven't read them in a long time, but I have like almost her whole collection. But I know she has added a whole bunch to her book collection there. I don't even remember how many I have exactly, because I have a lot. But I saw this book and figured that would be good. And I didn't want to pay over $1 for this book. And for these other books, I don't want to pay over $2 each for them. but he only charged me $1 each. So I have a creative coloring patterns of nature. It's one of those ones that kind of shows you the different ways that you can color things. I thought it was a cute book, so I got that one. And then I got saw these books. This is a Special Techniques and Stitches in Crochet. And so thought that one might be interesting to learn some of the different crochet techniques and things. Wouldn't that be cool to crochet a sweater like that? You know, I'm gonna learn these things. I am still an amateur crocheter. Even though I made a pair of slippers, I'm an amateur crocheter because I am still brand new in all of it. And then I have a 201 crochet motifs, blocks, projects, and ideas. So I have that one that I picked up also at a killer deal. And then, like, the other day I was at the thrift store also, because I love thrifting. It is definitely one of my favorite things to do. I found a bag that had, it had stencils in it, and it also had some like happy planner stickers, and then some happy planner type planner paper. There's another planner paper here also. And then some stickers. And then some other stickers, like some little Halloween-ish stickers. And then had a bunch of stencils. So these are all like stencils that you would get at the Dollar Tree. And the whole lot, well, and this was in there too. It's like a magnet squares, so you can stick them on something and stick it to. So it has little magnets in there, little squares. So I got this whole package here for $3.99. So that was a pretty good deal there. I tell ya, I love thrifting. And then I'd also found a Secret Garden coloring book. My daughter is like, Mom, we already bought you one of those, right? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, why are you getting another one? I'm like, because I can. And it's like, even though me and Dad bought you one a couple years ago, I'm like, yeah, of course. So I figure it's not going to hurt to have another one, right? I also have another of the Oceans one, and I think they had bought me that one too. So I have a couple different books, but if I find them at a good deal, I am going to purchase them. And then a Day of the Dead coloring book. It does have some colored in it, but most of it is not colored. And then Osborne books, activities, what shall I draw? And I may already have this book, but I'm going to see if my kids want to use it. But it's cute. And then a Mindful Mandalas coloring book. This book here, it has a different mandalas in color. And I found a composition book, but this one has a grid and the lines. So you open it up and it has the lines. And then on the back side of that page, it has the grid. So one side has the grid, one side has the lines. I thought that was pretty neat. So I picked that one up. And they're yellow sheets, which is just fine. And then I found some dark fabric iron-on transfers. You can print a picture on it and then take it and iron it on. But I think you have to have... No. I don't think you have to flip the design. I think this can just be printed properly and then you just use it so you don't have to invert the design. And then a Walking Dead coloring book. Why not? And then a dinosaur coloring book. Has the dinosaur facts and you can color them as you go. And then I also found a calligraphy pen set. Okay. So it's a calligraphy set. And the set just slides right out. And it has a gouache paints, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's a paint set. But it has the ink and the pens. And then, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. I saw this and it was pretty cool. So it has practice pages. So it has a practice pad page. And it has the calligraphy book pages that teach you like the steps for it. So I thought that was a pretty decent deal. What do you think? Alright, well, I guess that's about all I wanted to talk about today. I have gone over 20 minutes. It's like almost 30. I just figured I'd show you a little bit of my recent thrift haul. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye now. Stay creative.